Welcome to Straight TV. I am your host today, Gamma. I've heard some people say, I believe in science and not God. And I heard other people say, I believe in God and not science. But I thought about it. Why do you always have to choose either or? Why is there a division? Why not embrace both? Well, I'm here to tell you that science is part of religion. Science is part of God. Science is not in opposite directions. They are parallel to God and his teachings. There is no disconnect between science and Christianity. What if I can show you that a lot of the modern scientific discoveries were mentioned in the Bible way before their modern discovery? In other words, it's been there all along. Don't get me wrong. I am talking about Christianity, because Christianity uses the Old and the New Testament. Now, the ancient Greeks around 500 BC, through Pythagoras, proposed that the earth was round. Pythagoras was a Greek philosopher and a mathematician. So Pythagoras believed and proposed that the earth was round 500 BC. Do you know how long ago God had declared that the earth was round? 800 BC. If you do the math, that's 300 years before Pythagoras, before the Greeks. And when you get a chance, look up in Isaiah 40:22. It says, God sits above the circle of the earth. God sits above the circle of the earth. It's so clear. What is he telling you? That the earth is a circle, that the circle is a sphere, that the sphere is round. So God's teachings are also science bound. They're not just, some people say they're delusions, they are mystical, they are intangible. No, God's creation is tangible. Also, Pythagoras confirmed other fellow philosophers' theories that the earth was suspended in space. Remember this was 500 BC. And also, think about it. While Pythagoras was trying to prove this, he was also dealing with backlash and pushback. Because to them, it was something that they couldn't believe. To them, it was something that it couldn't be possible. So he had to use math. He has to use extensive time looking at the sky and calculating the stars and so forth to come to this conclusion. So even though he was trying to prove that the earth was round, let's not forget that usually discoveries like these also get pushback. They get backlash because of something new. The humans are not quick to accept something new, or at the same time something that requires a really deep understanding. And God's teachings and creations and it requires a deep understanding and knowledge. Now, in Job 26:7, when you get a chance, God stretches the northern sky over empty space and hangs the earth on nothing. He hangs the earth on nothing. He's teaching us that the earth is suspended in space, that it's not sitting on something. And this was Job. This was also a long time ago. Remember, Pythagoras claimed this in 500 BC. Job was even further. It was roughly around 2200 BC. So it's absurd to say that it's either or. It's either science or God, science or Christianity. No, Science is part of God through all of what He's created. Yes. We are made of matter, molecules, energy. All of that is encapsulated in science. It is unfortunate also that in 1633 AD, Galileo was accused and judged and tried for heresy because he said that the earth revolves around the sun. Prior to this discovery, everybody thought that everything else revolved around the earth. No. He discovered and declared that the earth revolves around the sun. So Galileo was correct. But the reasons why he was accused of heresy, that's another conversation. And also, some people have a lot of resentment towards God and Christianity. Because, for example, I'm going to give you an example. I knew somebody, actually a neighbor of mine. He had a big resentment towards religion, Christianity, and God. Because his family member needed a blood transfusion. And the religion she attended denied it, and she died. So the surviving family members hold hatred towards God. No, God is not against science. Or even science that saves somebody's life. See, this type of negligence baffles me. Why do you think there are so many denominations out there? Why do you think there are so many religions? Because all of these denominations and religions understand the teachings of God differently. And when I say differently, it's dangerous because everybody else has, in their own way, an interpretation. And when we don't apply the correct way, the teachings of God, we hurt people. We can hurt people. And by doing that, they end up holding a resentment towards the religion that we go to and towards God. With God and science, and keep in mind the formula here. With God and science, a lot of the things that seem impossible become possible. And science without God, many things become impossible and maddening. There's been people, there's been philosophers, there's been scientists that they've been trying to figure things out of the universe, out of the cosmos, out of life, that they've done it without the acknowledgement towards God. That since they can't figure it out, it becomes impossible for them. And that impossibility becomes madness. And they go insane. But with God and science, a lot of the things that seem impossible become possible. Think about that.